Hi, thanks for coming in. How can I help? Thanks for meeting with me. We provided services to one of our clients and they haven't paid us. We tried to reach out to them, but they are just ignoring us. They're not responding. And they were so complimentary about our services throughout the entire process and then just decided not to pay us. And we know they're alive and well because we see them posting on social media all the time. I don't know what to do. Sounds like she came to the right place. Now, did you happen to sign a contract with your client? Yes, we did. Do you have it with you? All right, well, it looks really light on terms, but let's see what it says. So let's talk about how we can hopefully get you paid by your client, and then I'm going to give you some recommendations for your contract. Sounds great. Okay, now with respect to your client, we can draft a notice of breach and demand letter demanding that they pay you by a certain date. You'll want to think about whether you want us to draft a simple demand letter or whether you want us to attach a complaint that we can then file if they ignore the demand letter. It won't take us longer than a couple of hours to go through the correspondence and draft a letter for you. Okay, great. Now, with respect to your contract, there are a number of improvements that I would recommend. First, I would recommend asking for a portion of the fees up front. Now, this is a business decision, but it helps soften the blow in situations like this. And it'll help you with your cash flow too. I'd also recommend including the right to suspend services if your customer is not paying you by the due date or within a certain number of days after the due date. I'd also add wording that the client is responsible for the cost of collection of fees under the agreement. Lastly, to the extent that you are creating any intellectual property for your client, like assets, materials, a logo, a website, you name it, you should refrain from transferring ownership rights in that intellectual property until you've received payment in full. We'll likely have other recommendations, but we'll discuss further after we've reviewed your agreement. All of this sounds amazing. You're hired. Follow for more tips.